Assalamualaikum and good day, madam. We are from Group 6 of Class A1B1, consisting of me, Nurul Nasuha, Norhaiza, Sarah Afiqah, and Wan Nurul Iqtiyani. Our topic for the assignment is types of learning style and its impact on academic performance of students at UniKL Malaysian French Institute MFI. So, before moving forward with the assignment of essay writing of learning styles, we look deep into the definition of learning style and its types. Learning style is defined as a term used to describe various ways of gaining knowledge. There are four main types of learning styles, which are visual, auditory, reading and writing, and kinesthetic. Find out about each student's preference learning method. We conduct a survey by using Google Form as the platform, involving up to 76 number of UniKL MFI students as the respondent of the questionnaire. In addition, most of students of UniKL MFI take the science course of engineering. Particularly, science course consists of theories and applications that require students' ability to understand the topics learned. Therefore, it is compulsory for them to have their own study style which can provide useful information as well as enhance science education. All right, next I'll pass to Sarah Afiqah for further discussion on the research method.
Thank you, Nurul Nasuha. For this research, we use some questions that we get from the internet and compile it in one Google form. After that, we share the Google form link to everyone in order to get information about study style. So an online questionnaire was used as an instrument in collecting data. A total number of 10 were selected. So this is all the questions that we used during this research. Next slide. For this questionnaire, there are 76 respondents from UniKL MFI students. For every question, there are 3 choices. The first one is for visual learners, the second one is for auditory learners, and the last one for kinesthetic learners. Respondent was asked to describe their learning style by choosing these answers. As you can see at the right side, there are some list of student accounts who answered the questionnaire. The motive is we want to include evidence that the data was based on the research itself. Next slide. The modality with the highest percentage was preferred as the sensory modality. As you can see in question 1, the highest are kinesthetic learners, while the second question, the highest percentage is visual learners, and question number 4 shows the most students are auditory learners. What I can conclude is that as the students were free to select more than one option, hence multiple modalities of varying combinations are obtained. For example, the students are not only visual learners, but also kinesthetic learners. Next slide. In addition, the question described the situation of common occurrence in daily life, thereby relating to an individual learning experience. As example, question 6 in this slide, it states what is student's strategy when having quiz or test. So I believe that every student do face it in their life, thus they might not have any difficulties to comprehend the question and relate it with them. By this way, students able to answer all questions properly. Next, I pass to Norhaiza.
Alright, next I will present about the findings from this academic writing assignment. This is the pie chart that shown in the final result from the survey that we conducted on 76 students of UniKL MFI students. As shown in the pie chart, we could see that the auditory learning styles has the higher percentage compared to the others by 31.6%, followed by kinesthetic learning styles, which is 30.3%, and lastly, visual learning styles with 21.1%. However, aside from these 3 main VART learning styles, we found out that class students, or 15.8% of them, practice auditory and kinesthetic learning styles, and only 1 student who practice visual and kinesthetic learning styles. From this, tadi gambar apa? From this result, we could see the learning method of students from their preferable learning styles. UniKL MFI students are more specifically JP students learn Japanese as their third, and it is a completely new language that not practiced in daily life. Moreover, JP students also take engineering major, but they learn in Japanese. This is the perfect reason why auditory learning styles are the most favorable. As a learners who learn a new language, oral communication is very important. Oral communication requires two basic skills, which is speaking and listening. This is a two-way communication between learners and teachers. Next, for the kinesthetic learning styles, obviously, as the UniKL MFI students are majoring in engineering course, hands-on activities are required to make sure students could understand the field that they are learning. In addition, calculation also highly involved in engineering major. To ace on the subjects, students need to do a lot of calculation exercise to get used to the problem. Hence, this justifies why these two learning styles has the highest percentage among UniKL MFI students. For the visual learners, they tend to make a mind map or a colorful notes to encourage themselves to study. However, students nowadays are more likely to listen to song while study or read it out loud rather than writing and reading quietly. Physical activities conducted in academic institutions are also more effective as students get more excited to learn through experience rather than reading through the textbooks. That's all. Next, move to the conclusion. Wan Nurul Iqtiyani.
Okay, thank you, Norhaiza. So I will present about the conclusion. So for the conclusion, this study examined the learning style preference in UniKL MFI, which majority of the students majoring in engineering-related courses such as mechanical engineering and electrical engineering. This course involved in a lot of calculation, theory, and theory application. Other than that, as some of students are under preparation program to Japan and France, it can be said that language proficiency also set a big part in student learning. Result of the study revealed that the student of applied science course prefer auditory 31.6% and kinesthetic 30.3% learning style, while they consider visual with 21.1% as minor learning preferences. Comparing these three percentage, the gap of each percentage between visual, auditory, and kinesthetic is not too big, and it can be said that the students' learning style do not differ between visual, kinesthetic, and auditory. From the result of the research, even though it showed that each student has their own study style, but in our opinion, it is the best for the student to combine and be familiar with all these three study styles to maximize their information input in study. This is because some study skill proven by research to work the best with specific study methods. For example, to be master in mathematical calculation, students should do a lot of mathematical questions which can be categorized under kinesthetic learning style and not only read the example of problem solving method in books which can be categorized under visual learning style. Other than that, in order for an engineering student to understand and remember on how a system mechanism or part of system mechanism is working, drawing a diagram and arrow which can be categorized under visual learning will work the best with listening to lecturer's explanation, which can be categorized under auditory learning. So, as conclusion, this research opened our eyes that each student has different learning style preferred to adapt themselves with their annual major and learning process. That's all for our conclusion. Thank you.